Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpattyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. So, I think we concluded at the 37th verse. Tasman narha vayam hantum dharta rashtrana swabandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukhinasya madhava. I will read the... ये कर लिया ना? This is... Oh, 2:30. ठीक है, तो we'll just start from here. मनौनीमि हे न करी ये संग्राम ये शस्त्र न धरी हे किडाळ बहुधी परी दिसत से तुझा अंतराय होईल मग सांगे आमचे काय उरेल तेणे दुःखे ये फुटेल तुझ वीण कृष्णा म्हणावूनी कौरव हे वधिजती मग आम्ही भोग भोगिजती हे असो मात अघडती अर्जुन म्हणे 2:33 अरे आजा therefore I will not, he makes a conclusion that we ought not to kill the Kauravas along with their kinsmen, and indeed, how can we be happy, O Krishna? Therefore, I will not, by slaying our own people, I will not take up the weapons in this war. Jnaneshwari Maharaj is saying, this deed appears to me improper in every way. If we lose you, O Krishna, what will remain with us? So here, Jnaneshwari Maharaj attention is the fear of Arjuna, one part of it. The fear of Arjuna to lose Shri Krishna, who is very dear to Arjuna, and he is dear to Krishna also. So it's a very unique relationship, friendship, and now teacher also, and a devotee also, and a charioteer also, and a cousin also. So he cherishes that relationship. From Jnaneshwara's, we know he does, but here Jnaneshwar Maharaj is bringing that out in the through the verse. He says, our hearts will burst with sorrow if we lose you, that is, if you leave us, Arjuna. And why will Krishna leave them? Why will Krishna leave Arjuna and Pandavas? Because he does not accept their decision for war. If he thinks that way, if he has killed his guru, if he has killed his cousins, if he has killed his grandfather, if this is not accepted by Krishna, then Krishna will say, you fight your war. Who asked you to kill your own people? So that is the fear that is eating Arjuna from inside. So this thing is not likely to come about that we should slay the Kauravas and enjoy ourselves. And then, having said this, see, last week we told you, on one hand he calls them Atatainaha, and on other side he is calling them Swabandhavan, my own dear ones. So we see how much psychological breakup is going on in Arjuna. He is not able to decide whether they are good or they are bad. And this is the problem of the Sattvic intellect. And what is this sattvic intellect? Goody goody. I am good. I am pure. I am dharmic. I do puja. I go to temples. I never tell lies. All that is very good. But when it gets into your head, then you start judging other people. And you start seeing, then that sattvic purity, in turn, when it has to bite you, because it's still ego, sattvic ego, then when it has to bite you, it bites you as self-pity. And that is what is happening with Arjuna here. Continuing. Yadyapyete na pashyanti lobhopahruta chetasaha kulakshaya krutam dosham mitradrohe cha patakam katham neyamasmabhihi papad asman nivartitum kulakshaya krutam dosham prapashyadbhir janardana. Am I making you repeat or we are chanting like this?
So we are repeating.
Okay, so next time onwards. So here he says, now see what he says. He says, even if they do not perceive with minds overcome by greed, evil in the destruction of the family or sin, in the betrayal of friends, because from childhood the Kauravas, the Duryodhana and his brothers, and all that was sanctioned by Dhritarashtra, they have continuously been after the Pandavas. Call it Lakshagraha, call it throwing Bhima into the river, and then calling them for gambling, Dyut, Krida, then sending them away to the forest, then when they have lived in one incognito for 1 year, then not accepting that incognito period as valid and wanting to send them again, not even ready to give 5 villages to the Pandavas. When all these atrocities have been committed by the Kauravas, still he says, here Arjuna is saying, even if they do not perceive with minds, and why they are doing all this, why they are meting out us all these atrocities in the sense that says, because they are, now he's judging them, because they are greedy. They are greedy and evil in their destruction of the family. See. So he is ready to judge them, that they want to fight the war by not giving us 5. We are good people. We only wanted 5 villages. We are good people. We didn't complain and confront after the Lakshagraha. We are good people, dharmic people. We, when Bhim was put into the water, we didn't create a hue and cry about it. We are good people. Because we did all that, because why break up the family? Why there should be fight between brothers and brothers, cousin brothers? But they are not like that. They are evil because of the greed, and therefore they want to destroy the entire, in this war, both the sides are going to be destroyed. So they are evil in the destruction of the family, and what was meant for us by law, if you can say, that they are not ready to give us, and therefore they are committing sin in the betrayal of friends. And their friends' betrayal also was that Madri's children, what was their name? Nakula and Sahadev. Their mama was betrayed by Duryodhana to take him into the Kaurava army. So that also. And then continuing in the 39th verse, he says, why should we not think it fit to turn away from this sin? what his attention is still on, according to Jnaneshwari Maharaj, not losing Krishna. But why will he lose Krishna? Because he will be committing a sin in killing his elders, teachers, cousins, etc. And why should, so he is telling here to the Lord, he says, Katham neyam asmabhihi papad asmin nivartitum, that why can't we leave when we can see what the destruction is going to be? Then why can't we leave? Why do we have to participate in this sinful act of killing all these people? And sin, when we see clearly, O Krishna, the wrong in the destruction of the family. And this is where we go wrong. Everything is family, 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 family. इसलिए बच्चे को करेक्ट भी नहीं करते. Where we have to correct someone, we have to correct someone. But my family, my child, my father, my mother, how can I tell my parents? How can I tell my children? How can I tell anything to my grandchildren? Grandchildren? Because they are my children's children. They will tell. Why should I tell? All this unwanted thinking comes about. What Jnaneshwari Maharaj says, 236th verse. हे अभिमान पदे भुलले जरी पा संग्रामा आले तरही आम्ही हित आपुले जाणावे लागे. हे ऐसे कैसे करावे जे आपुले आपण मारावे जाणत जाणतांची सेवावे कालकूट. हाजी मार्गी चालता पुढा सिंह जाहला अवचित्ता चिता तो तव चुकविता लाभू आधी. असता प्रकाशू सांडावा मग अंधकूप आश्रावा तरी ते थकवणू देवा लाभू सांगे. का समोर अग्नी देखोनी जरी नवचिजे वोसंडोनी तरी क्षणा एका कवळूनी जाळू सके. हाऊ मेनी मोर? 2 more. तैसे दोष हे मूर्त अंगी वाजो असती पाहात हे जाणता हि केवी एथ प्रवर्तावे. ऐसे पार्थतिये अवसरी म्हणे देवा अवधारी या कल्मशाची थोरी सांगे न तुझ. Jnaneshwari Maharaj is telling here, even if the Kauravas, infatuated by pride, have come to fight us, we must see wherein lies our well-being. How can we slay our own kith and kin? How can we drink poison, kalakut, poison, knowing it to be so? So killing your own nears and dears is like drinking the kalakut poison. Again and again, all problems of our life only present themselves to us when we do not assess the situation correctly in life. So right now you are sitting here attending the Bhagavad Gita class. What is your position? What is my position? Your position is a student, a seeker. My position is the teacher and a seeker. If I go from here and I drive back home, then what is my position? Driver. Correct? If I am sitting in front of my food, what is my position? Eater. Do it in the right manner. But our problem is when we are eating, we are watching TV, our attention is not on food. When we are driving, we are thinking of satsang, accident happen. When we are in satsang, we are thinking of everything else other than what is being told. Again, wherever life is placing us, or wherever, whatever, at any given life is presenting us, we are not available. And that's why all the problems, that's why all because we have not correctly assessed our position where life has placed us. And this is the problem of Arjuna. His position is a warrior. In a battlefield, your position is only of a warrior. In the battlefield, your position, your eyes should see only enemy. But what are they seeing? My nears and dears, my teachers, my gurus, my elders. And thus, the breakup of our personality comes about. So how can we slay our kith and kin? How can we drink poison knowing it to be so? If by chance we come across a lion in our way, the advantage lies in avoiding it. Now he is calling the Kaurava army like a lion, or Bhishmacharya is like a lion who has got free will to die when he wants. Maybe he is mentioning him. He says, you don't come and get eaten by the lion, you take another way. Avoid the lion. By avoiding it, if we throw away light and resort to a dark well, what benefit, O Lord, do we derive thereby? So now, with this, if we throw away light, now he is going into even further goody-goody attitude. We are pure ones. We are the bearers of the light. We are the bearers of dharma. We are correct. We are intelligent. We are understanding people. That's why all the events that happened, we never complain. And here again, we are having the light, and after being so good, why should we give up our goodness? Throwing away the light means, why should we give up our goodness? See? This is called doormat personality. आप बैल मुझे मार. If we throw away light and resort to a dark well, what benefit do we derive thereby? If we cannot keep away from the fire, keep away from fire facing us, it will engulf us and burn us in a moment. So the fire of
fear. Fear.
No. The fire of sin, and the other is the fire of Bhishmacharya. If we can put it, it's not given here. We are only imagining that it could be meaning that. The fire of guilt of killing our own people. That is the sin. That is the fire he is talking about. And in this way, how do we conduct ourselves when we know fully that the sin of kin slaughter will affect us? On that occasion, Arjuna said, Lord, listen to me. I shall explain how gruesome this sin is, as if the Lord does not know anything. He has seen the Lord Krishna. He does not call him Lord, he calls him friend, yar, cousin. But he knows Krishna has unique ability, not only from Astra Shastra point of view, but he has got 16,108 wives. He can't handle two. He has got 16,000. Krishna has gone with him and become instrumental in killing the Jarasandh, killing the Paundraka, killing the Shishupala, so many Muchukunda, and so many things have happened. See? So, will Krishna not know that Krishna who could build the Dwarka city overnight, that Krishna does not know that you have to explain? So here he says that I shall explain how gruesome this sin is. Now this is the second scene of Arjuna. First was his breakup. Now from here onwards, the corruption of the intellect is taking place. Now he is finding reasons and quoting scriptures and to conclude that his decision is correct. First he saw bad omens, now he is seeing sin, and now he is going to qualify those sins. He is going to qualify those sins. And what are they? Kulakshaye pranashyanti, Kulakshaye pranashyanti, Kuladharma sanatanaha, Kuladharma sanatanaha, Dharme nashte kulam kritsnam, Dharme nashte kulam kritsnam, Adharmo bhibhavatyuta, Adharmo bhibhavatyuta. Together, Kulakshaye pranashyanti, Kuladharma sanatanaha, Dharme nashte kulam kritsnam, Adharmo bhibhavatyuta. He says, before we go into this, understand that when our ego is of three types: sattvic ego, rajasic ego, tamasic ego, or you are made up of these three. So either you are tamasic, or you are rajasic, or you are sattvic. When we are tamasic, the only way to overcome tamas is not by taking the name of the Lord. You can try, but it has to be taken in a rajasic way. You understand? So the only way you can defeat tamas, inertia, inadvertence, laziness, procrastination, is by invoking activity. Rajas is activity. The only way you can go beyond activity, because if your mind becomes too active, then what happens? Headache. If it becomes even more active, schizophrenia, sleeplessness, isn't it? So when that happens, when activity is invoked too much, and now you are not able to handle the activity. Hey, first it was only at physical level, but now it is at mental level also, and you are not able to handle it. Then you have to go, that rajas, that dynamism within your mind and your ideas and everything, that has to be overcome by sattva. Sattva is by meditation, taking the name of the Lord, doing good. Rajas could have been for your own. You are invoking the rajas because I don't want to be lazy. But now you are invoking, or you are invoking rajas first for yourself, then as you keep becoming activated by the rajas, then that energy, that propulsion from within, you use it for the benefit of the society, for commanding the society, for all good deeds. But once you realize that this whole world is kutte ki poonch, it's always going to be, you cannot perfect the world because it's continuously changing. Then why should, if it is happening, let it happen, but my attention now will not be on improving the world, my attention will be on quietening my mind. And that's when puja, yoga, pranayam, japa, chanting, all this begins. Why? We want to quieten our mind. We want to invoke the divinity into our mind. Because enough. But then first it was the tamasic ego, then it was the rajasic ego, now it is the sattvic ego. How do you go beyond sattva? What do you invoke? So all the good deeds, good thoughts, silence, meditation, japa, you offer it, don't be arrogant or have pride in it, you offer it at the feet of the Lord. Jo thare raay so mahare raay. This is the way, in a nutshell. So now in the 40th verse he says, Kulakshaya pranashyanti, with the ruin of the, now he is giving reasons, what will happen, what will be the effect. With the ruin of the family, its ancient customs decline. When these customs perish, immorality overtakes the entire family. We'll see what Jnaneshwari Maharaj says and then I'll explain. जैसे काष्ठे काष्ठ मथिजे ये थवन्ही एक उपजे तेने काष्ठ जात जाळिजे प्रज्वळलेनी तैसा गोत्रीची परस्परे जरी वधू घडे मत्सरे तरी तेने महादोषे घोरे कुळची नाशे म्हणवूनी येणे पापे वंशज धर्मू लोपे मग अधर्मुची आरोपे कुळा माझी. He says, just as the fire kindled by rubbing one stick with another burns all wood, so if men belonging to the same clan kill one another, then second line, then that horrible sin destroys the whole clan through malice. As a result of this sin, family customs languish and thereby immorality finds a home in the clan. So what is this? What is that? Kulakshaye pranashyanti, kula dharma. See, one moment. Kshaya means reduction. So, Kulakshaya, reduction in the family values or the dharmic values. Pranashyanti, destroyed. Kula dharma sanatana. What is sanatana? Sanatana dharma is what? Here, dharma, kula dharma sanatana. So what is dharma, sanatana? What do you mean by the word sanatana? Eternal. What is eternal? That which has got no beginning or end, isn't it? But where are we? Where are we living? We are living either in the past or in the future. We are never living in the present. If you want to come to the Sanatan Dharma, you have to come to the present moment. You have to live now. But all the thoughts that erupt in our mind, either they are of the past or of the future. So, whenever you are born in your family, each one of us is born in our family, there are certain traditions. There are people from Fiji, they are all Hindus, but a little bit different culture. Go to Mauritius, little bit different culture, but Indians. Go to India from north to south, all Indians, all Hindu, all Sanatan Dharmi, but different practices, different ways of doing things, isn't it? So whichever kula you are born, see. So when you are born in a particular family, it is for the parents to show that if they are respecting the elders, their parents and their grandparents, if they are respecting, then the children will also. If you are not doing it, children will say, hey, this is the norm, so we'll also do the same. See? So we have to respect, we have to follow, we have to light the lamp, whatever your tradition is. You have to chant Om, you have to do your japa, you have to do your go to satsang. They are watching. They are watching. And one day, by God's grace, they also fall in that step and take it on. See? So where did we get it from? Maybe we got it from our parents, or maybe it was within us to go in this direction. Or some person whom we respect, revere, influenced us. By mistake, we went to one satsang in our life and it all started. It could be many different reasons. So here Kula Dharma is that the Kula Pranashyati, the Kula means your lineage. Your lineage, Pranashyati, gets destroyed when the values and principles are not passed from one generation to the other. Here is saying that when we kill each other in the war, then there will be no one to pass on the values, and all the families will get destroyed. So we are all part of Sanatana Dharma, but maybe you are Shaivite, maybe you are Vaishnavite, maybe you are Shakta, maybe you are Kundalini Upasak, maybe you are Kriya, some guru's disciple. So that is your dharma then. That in your family you have been believing to Akkalkot Swami is our Guru Maharaj. So it's going on in your family. You see? In our family it was the father used to pray to Krishna. But for me, Krishna, Rama, Govinda, Mahadeva, all one. See? But that devotion, with that devotion which he did every day, must have played its part. I hardly did any puja ever, but it did play its part. So same way here he says, just as a fire kindled by rubbing one stick with another burns all wood, so if men belonging to the same clan kill one another, then that horrible sin destroys the whole clan through malice. Yes, it destroys the whole clan through malice. True. Our mind is continuously, as I said, in the past or in the future. Then where does the shift come about? Where does the change come about in you? Apart from Kula Dharma, suppose your parents are not there and you are there alone. How do you come to balance within yourself? How do you know what you are doing is correct or not? What you are following is correct or not? How do you, if your mind is reeling, how do you come to pacify the mind, calm down the mind? How? Two ways. One is, three ways I'll take. One is, as a child, you must respect and revere the parents. Because a child has got no problem where the clothes are coming from, where the food is coming from, where the security is coming from, who's paying the school fees, how I'm going to go to school, how I'm going to come back from school. Nothing he has to worry. Total refuge of parents, isn't it? We must respect the parents and revere the parents. And as we grow up, when that habit of respect and reverence to the parents then is, and by that respect and reverence to the parents teach, you must have respect and reverence and devotion towards the Lord. What that is which is followed in the family. And the other two places are satsang and the feet of the Guru. These are the places where the shift happens. And if everyone dies and nobody knows what are the traditions of our family, if nobody is there to pass it on, then there will be kulakshaya. There will be here, as Jnaneshwari Maharaj says, immorality finds a home in the clan. Vansha dharmu lope. Vanshaja dharmu lope. Lope means it's gone, it's hidden, it goes into the background because nobody knows what is the Vansha Dharma. In many families, we go in houses, their father was praying to that particular deity, their father's father was also, in one house I saw 300 years old deity, and they're still doing the puja at home. And wherever this person goes, he carries that small idol with him because puja has to be done every day. That is how it has been going on in their family. See, that is a great thing. We should not laugh at that person in this today's time and age, in this modern age. You are carrying this and doing puja every day. You don't need idol to do the puja. हम ऐसे बोल सकते हैं ना, ऐसे नहीं बोलना चाहिए. Don't break anyone's faith. Don't break anyone's faith. If he is doing it, is good. It will take him somewhere. It is giving him the peace of mind. He has got complete refuge at the feet of that Lord. And where there is the dharma lopa, where there is destruction, non-passing of the traditions, then non-traditional living comes about. See today's society. Nobody knows. So if my grandparents married in a particular way, then my parents married in the traditional way, then their children married in a traditional way, then it continues. But when we get affected by the society, then we get affected when we are not following the traditions, then divorce happens or kitpit happens or and that's either two things can be expressing. Either dharma is righteousness is expressing or unrighteousness is expressing. If righteousness is expressing, there is no place for unrighteousness. If there is no righteousness, then unrighteousness will automatically come. And what is this righteousness, dharma and adharma? It can be taken in this way. Vikar and vichar. What is vikar? Thinking. Vichar is also thinking, vikar is also thinking. What is the difference between thinking and thinking called vikar and thinking called vichar? Those thoughts which are about everything else other than the Lord or Guru are called, they lead to vikar. They will take you away from peace, tranquility, silence, sattva. They will take you away from it. That is vikar. And all those thoughts which are thinking about the Lord, they are called as vichar. So when we say about the truth, what is truth? When we talk about sat, asat, finite, infinite, dharma, adharma. So when we are not thinking about sat, when we are not thinking about dharma, when we are not thinking about chit, when we are not thinking about anand, when we are not thinking about Ishvara, then we are thinking about, when we are not thinking about these positives, then automatically, slowly our mind will get migrate towards asat, achet, dukkham, finitude. And when all this data of all these, and what is this? Asat. Asat is all the objects of the world. Dukkham is, you know it. When all this onslaught is there on your mind, you reel under it like Arjuna is. And when you reel under it, you lose the plot of life. And therefore, we should not have vikar, we should have vichar. Vichar is, in and through your daily life, contemplate on that which is the constant principle. Eyes, senses are changing, stimuli are changing, emotions are changing, thoughts are changing, concepts are changing. But there is someone within. I know that I am not changing. Waking, dream, deep sleep come and go every day, but I know I don't come and go every day. When you are thinking of that principle, that is called vichar. When you are thinking about, I didn't have a good sleep, I am having a very bad day today, vikar. So be attentive of the dharma. That is the dharma, the indivisible principle. And in this way, Arjuna doesn't stop there. He continues blabbering and he is showing to Krishna, Krishna, see, I have studied scriptures. Krishna, see, I have observed the world. Krishna, see, I am coming to the right conclusion, isn't it? So here he says, Adharma bhibhavat Krishna, Adharma bhibhavat Krishna, Pradushyanti kulastriyaha, Pradushyanti kulastriyaha, Strisu dushta suvarshneya, Strisu dushta suvarshneya, Jayate varna sankaraha, Jayate varna sankaraha. Together, Adharma bhibhavat Krishna, Pradushyanti kula striyaha, Strisu dushta suvarshneya, Jayate varna sankaraha. He says, when immorality prevails, when we stop following our traditionals, then there is no fear. Where there is no fear, then licentiousness sets in. If I have no fear of my parents, if you have no fear of God, then I will do what I have to do. I'll do it my way. I'll do what I like. Who are you to tell me? You can't enter my room. This is my space. This is the problem. When immorality prevails, when this type of thinking takes root in a person, where they are not following traditions, wherever they are born, it's not necessarily whatever the parents were doing, but get into a disciplined life, God-oriented life, satsangi life, japa-yukta life. O Krishna, the women of the family become wanton. With the corruption of woman, there arises intermingling of castes. So here, the foundation, let's see what Jnaneshwari Maharaj says, and then we will take it from there. I will explain. Etha sara sara vicharave, kavane kaya acharave, ani vidhi nisheda agave, parushote na? Parushati, asata deepu davadize, maga andakari rahatize, te ze uzunci ka adalize, jayapari, taisa kuli kulakshayo hoya, taye veli to adya dharmu jaya, maga anakahi ahe, papa vachuni, जय यमनियम ठाकति तेथ इंद्रिये सैरा विचरति मणवूनि व्यभिचार घड़ति कुलस्त्रियांसी उत्तम अधर्मी संचरति ऐसे वर्णा वर्ण मिसळति तेत समूळ उपडति जाति धर्म जैसी चोहटाचिया बळी पाविजे सैरा काउळी तैसी महापापे कुली प्रवेशति. What is the last one? Sancharati. Here it is missing. नहीं, तैसी महापापे कुली praveshati, ऐसे अच्छा okay, but they should have put a stop in that. हाँ तो Jnaneshwar Maharaj says, then all the thought of right and wrong or moral conduct, where did you learn that if you touch paper, touch book, touch magazine, you should immediately do namaskar? If you touch by feet any elder or any younger also, immediately you do namaskar to that person. Where did it come from? It came from our family. It came from our elders. God didn't teach me. My parents taught me that before food you have to wash your hands. After food you should wash your hands and rinse your mouth. While eating food you should not drink too much water. All this, where did I come to know? From my parents. How to break the chapati, how to eat with the fingers and the food should go into the mouth. I learned it. How to write from my parents, everything. But when I say I don't need you anymore, I will not follow this. Now the world has moved ahead. You are still in the living in the old ages. That's what the kids say nowadays. Then what is happening when they stop following the traditions, Kula Dharma? Then all thought of right and wrong or moral conduct of what one should do and should not do is lost. Logical, isn't it? Even as a person who throws away the lamp in his hand and walks in the dark, trips on a straight road, so with the destruction of the family, its customs cease, and then what can be his lot other than sin? In our tradition, in our culture, in Sanatan Dharma can be followed where there is a family, where there are beings, and that being, we have a tradition called marriage, husband and wife coming together. There all the rules are given, Saptapadi, this, that, commitment, etc., etc., etc. You see? And marriage between whom? Not woman and woman and man. Between man and woman. We are very clear. And in that marriage of man and woman, if man for some reason in the family loses the plot, only man destroys himself. But if the woman becomes immoral and does not know the right and wrong, and that woman then with those wrong values, wrong traditions, rebelliousness, gets married, has children, then her children also become like that because they are following their mother. So woman is the foundation of our family life in Sanatan Dharma. She is the one who passes on the tradition. Father doesn't. She passes on the tradition. She passes on the various values. So here, when he says, where are we? Pradushyanti kulastriyaha. The ladies of the house, the women of the house, when they become corrupted, and see, if you are respecting the parents, where does the woman, our tradition says that if the girl is with the father, girl is with the husband, girl is with the son, girl is with the guru, she looks good. But if any other person apart from these four, people will start talking and pointing fingers. See? And when you are following your traditions, when you are doing your japa, satsang, etc., where is the time? If there is no time, your senses are continuously involved in the duty that is to be done. Whether it is work, whether it is home, whether it is children, whether it is husband, whether it is, mom used to come back from work at 6:30, 7 o'clock in Delhi. After that, we used to, while she is cooking or after food we are sitting down, our general knowledge session used to begin. We are lying in her lap and she's, tell me this, tell me that, tell me capital of that country, tell me the spelling of this word, tell me that. Oh, it went on. It used to be fun for us. Never with dad. Because dad didn't know those spellings. So when the woman of the house gets pradushyanti, when she gets corrupted, then the whole clan gets corrupted. The future generations get corrupted. You see in this society, they don't know who their father is. They don't know when they conceived the child. In the pub, on the street, in the staircase. They're under the influence of drugs and alcohol. So, what is the future of that next generation? They're born disturbed. Born disturbed. See? Here, our Rishi is not there, otherwise I would have told him. Our culture, Sanatan Dharma says, you want to have a child without any shortcomings in him or her, maintain brahmacharya for 1 year and then conceive a child. Both father and boy and girl. 1 year brahmacharya. Then you conceive a child. You see what wonderful child will come. Physically, but in that 1 year of brahmacharya, don't drink and drugs and enjoy. No, you are doing brahmacharya and you are you are in the contemplative mood. See, if you are not God oriented, you are only practicing brahmacharya. At least the body of the child will be good. We don't know about mind. Body will be good. There will be no paralysis, there is no autism, there will be no... the child should not be born as a product of lust. Child should be conceived as an offering to the Lord. That Lord, I am practicing brahmacharya now for the next generation, because that's why we have come into marriage, not just for each other, but to produce the next generation. So I offer it to you. You take care of that child. I had done my bit. I practiced the brahmacharya to get a good child. You see? So where will all these values come from? Satsang. Where will those values come from? Our nowadays parents also don't know. So you have to come to satsang, or you have to come.
All these things, sir, I got married somebody.
ये देख क्या बोल रहा है. नहीं, but you must have done something right. That's why good kids. See, they respect, and they have been वो values हैं उनमें. See, स्त्रीसु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेय जायते वर्ण संकरः. And when this where are we? Excuse me. So with the destruction of the family, its customs cease, and then what can be his lot other than sin? When you are not following your family traditions, when you are not following the societal traditions, how does a society get formed? What is a society? What is a culture? Okay, let's see, what is a culture? Society is group of people coming together in a particular place and living together.
Good values passed on from one generation.
That is culture. So when self-accepted values, so what is our self-accepted values? Sanatan Dharma or Kula Dharma. Kula Dharma is for the family, Sanatan Dharma is for the society. Okay? So when we follow those rules, then we should inspire, prompt, prod others also to follow that. Like our Modi ji is doing right now. See? And if that is not done, that itself is sin. And what will be the result of that sin? When then the senses start acting willfully without self-restraint, then eyes are looking at what is beautiful, eyes are wanting what they like, they get attracted by unwanted things. चलो एक्सपेरिमेंट करके देखते हैं, ट्राई करके देखते हैं. They get in because there is no self-discipline. Such a person gets very quickly influenced by the environment. You had a choice to stay at home, you had a choice to go to sleep early, you had a choice to do so, go to a movie. कौन सी चावा? Huh? But you did not, you had so many other options, but you are choosing to come here, you are choosing to come and listen to the satsang on Bhagavad Gita. This is discipline. Don't have arrogance about it. Offer it to the Lord. Thank you for giving me this. And continue. Because what you heard today, I don't know if you know it or not, or if you have heard it, you had forgotten it, but here it is again reinforced. And we come to know about our culture, not someone else's, our culture. And this is the sequence, that once the customs, once the respect and reverence for the Guru, teacher, parents and Lord, the homely customs are, we are not disciplined about it, then our senses will, empty minds, devil workshop, kuch karne ko nahi hai. We are standing at the door looking what is going on in the street. That is a good one, this is a good one, I think I should make a house like that one, I think I will get a sofa like that one. Why my husband is not like this fellow's? This is the senses going away from their source. And here it says they start acting willfully without self-restraint. Now what is happening? Instead of vichar, vikar has begun. Vikar has begun. This is exactly what is happening to Arjuna also. Then even women of good families become unchaste. Then they lose. And as I told you, one woman destroys future generations. One man destroyed, nothing, not a big difference to the society. But woman goes the wrong way, the next generation goes the wrong way because they are following the mother's footsteps. Then the higher castes unite with the lower castes, and with the mingling of castes, the caste duties perish. Now here in today's society, there is a big ha-ha hoo-hoo about this. Caste, we are not, we are secular. Arey yaar, you take any group of people and I give, even among you, suppose you are few of you, suppose there is 10, 15, 20 people and I give them a task. Hey, we have to make a garden here in the backyard, and I give that task. Here are the you have to get the resources, you have to get the seeds, you have to get the tools, you have to get the you work it out, you all work it out between yourself. 15 people. Automatically out of that group, after some time, one person will be the leader, who will manage all the other 14 people. Automatically out of the group, one or two people will be ideas people. Other people don't have ideas, but they will come up with fantastic ideas of how to bring the whole thing about. Then few other people, 4 or 5 people will say, or 3 4 people will say, we will go and get the tools and seeds and we know where to get it. And majority of the others, the 5, 6, 7 people left, they will say, you just tell us what to do, we will do it. You take, this is not a hypothetical, you take any group of children, adults, anyone, you give them any job automatically. So who is the manager? Who is the managing all the people? Kshatriya. Who is the ideas person? Brahman. Who is the resource people? Vaishya. Who are the people who say, you tell us what we have to do, we'll do it? Shudra. And in Sanatan Dharma, first thing is we accept this is the natural classification of the society, and we accept it and we live by it. We don't keep talking about it. You never heard me talking about it. Because that is your natural propensity from inside. See? And it is not told anywhere in our scriptures that a Shudra is a Shudra for the rest of his life. How do you become Brahma, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra? On the basis of? And that is one, action. But action is based on what? Knowledge. Jnana and karma determines whether you are a Brahmin or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or a Shudra. Valmiki was a Shudra, but became a Rishi. Nisarga Tattva Maharaj was a pan bidi shop owner. Hardly educated. Realized master. See. Gora Kumbhar, a potter, became a realized master. So, our culture does not bar anyone from knowing the Lord or the truth. But we have to accept this is our culture, this is how it is, not divide and rule for the sake of what? It is not for that purpose. Why even our Sureshwaracharya, he was Mandan Mishra, he was a Buddhist. When Shankaracharya defeats him, he becomes Sureshwaracharya. He becomes one of the Shankaracharyas of Sringeri Mutt. He is a Brahmin now. Dekho? So nowhere it is told that you are a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra by birth. By birth, everyone is Shudra. What is Shudra? The one who is totally dependent on others for their survival. So a kid is totally dependent. You are a Shudra. Then you start going to school, you start learning. Now, how much you study and what heights you reach. We also went to school, but we were not very good. So from school's point of view, I was a mediocre student. I'm not judging my other fellow mates, but from school's point of view, I was a mediocre student. And many other intelligent students, today they are venture capitalists and businesses and high court judges and everything. But they're still, when you look at their WhatsApp, they're only talking about drinks, they're only talking about movies, they're only talking about worldly things. But where our calling came, without getting any certificate, without getting any course material, in the sense master's degree or anything, we went and gave 2 years of our life for something great in the ashram. Whole transformation came about. Yes, preparation was going on. So do we just keep running after money? For survival? Then we are Vaishya. Then when is the next stage going to be inaugurated in our life? Many sannyasis after taking sannyas are also caught up in that. And it's okay, that's there, it's expressing the way it is expressing. Some desire somewhere is expressing itself out in that way. But we must be clear that we are moving from that the society is divided into Brahma, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And the The ashramas, so varna ashrama bolte हैं ना हम. The Sanatan Dharma is determined by varna ashrama. So varna is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and ashrama is Brahmachari ashram, Grahastha ashram, Vanaprastha ashram, and Sannyas ashram. Now, if we are wearing Janevu and we are wearing, you can, Kshatriya can also wear a Janevu. But if you call, I am coming from a Brahmin family, then follow those values. Don't go opposite, because somewhere in your mind, that guilt, that regret will remain. And if we don't give up the lower values for the higher, so we are talking about, so Sanatana Dharma again is for the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Varna. And the Kula Dharma is for the Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas. Slowly it goes beyond it. See? Yeah. So in this manner, then the higher castes unite with the lower castes. Imagine the tragedy if a Brahmin, meaning a scientist, meaning a researcher, who is always lost in the books and thinking of visionary ideas and something, the secrets of the universe he is contemplating, and he is married to a Vaishya wife, Baniya wife. And all she wants is, you are not bringing any money, I want more gold, I want more houses, I want new cars. And he is lost, where is this galaxy coming from? How did God become to Ishwar and Prakriti? Or he's going into the depths of the secrets of the universe or of life, and she is pulling him. What's the point of knowing all this and writing all PhDs? Why don't you sell these PhDs and take some job with some MNC company and make some mega bucks? Look at others. His life will be pathetic. Then what is ideal there? That such a person marries with a similar thinking type of person, so that they are both gelling together. They understand. This lady who wants money, she will never understand what he is going through, where his mind is, or vice versa also possible. See? And when this you see today, in the name of freedom, kids getting together in university, in colleges, in pubs, in bars, and that's their place of introduction. Under the influence of alcohol, I love you, under the influence of drugs, I cannot live without you. And then you see them after a few years separating, or you see them coming to 11 Wolseley Avenue. Serious, man. Out of examples only I am telling you. So many cases here, because in a moment of lust they came together, they have children, but they can't handle it. They don't gel together in the first place. No traditions they are following, no discipline they are following. Not all of them, but lot of them. So with the mingling of the castes, the duties perish. Duties, whatever is the Kula Dharma, it kulakshaya, it perishes. Because there is no one to carry it forward. Just as the crows pounce upon the food kept on the crossroad, so all sins rush at that family. So such a family goes from bad to worse to disaster. Why? No discipline. Nobody has taught to control their senses. Nobody has taught to respect the elders. Nobody has taught that the common theme, stream in all of us who is running this whole creation is the God principle. This parents have to transfer to the next generation. It doesn't happen by itself. No, I have left my children to freedom. They can choose what they want. They're stupid. They don't know what is right and wrong. They will come to know what is right and wrong by you telling them what is right and wrong, whatever you know. Then whatever updation, like we keep updating the apps, whatever updation they have to do, they will do it. But if you say, if you have never trained them to be disciplined, then they will never discipline themselves in the future. So here Arjuna is saying that with all these families, because all the people, okay. So with the destruction of the family and the destruction of the woman, why the woman here? Because men are all killed. That's why nobody is there. And then others will pounce on them and take advantage of them. And this is what happened to all the ladies of the Dwarka, the thousands of wives of Krishna. When Krishna left his body, the tribals came and abducted them. Only Arjuna was able to save only 8 of them. Every 12,100 of them were taken away or killed or kidnapped by the tribals. Continuing. What is the time? 8:47. Sankaro narakayaiva kulagnanam kulasya cha patatim patati pitaro yesham lupta pindodaka sankaro narakayaiva kulagnanam kulasya cha patati pitaro yesham lupta pindodaka kriyaha. Here he says, at this, and this mingling of castes leads the family and its destroyers to, and it takes one to hell. For their forefathers fall from heaven, being deprived of their rice balls and matter. What does it mean? So when there is intermingling of castes, you are coming from a very cultured family and you get married into an uncultured family where very simple example. Nowadays people say, oh, I don't want to do the Indian wedding, it is very long, it is very expensive. Don't do it expensive, you can do it cheaply. No, we'll just sign and finish it off. I have accepted you, you have accepted me, that's what matters. Oh, so tradition does not matter? It matters. And such a family where there are no rules, regulations, disciplines, traditions to be followed, such a family goes into hell, for their forefathers fall from heaven. Because if, I think all of us sitting here, because the example is Pindodaka Kriyaha, the respect and reverence to the forefathers or to the elders is shown through Pinda Kriya, through Shraddha. And they are living in the Pitrulok or wherever in the heavens. And how do they get the food? They get the food by, when you do the Shraddha, you make the rice and the sesame seed balls, and the steam that is rising from it, the heat, and in the steam means heat, that heat which is rising into the sky, that nourishes the gods as well as the ancestors. This is not done, oh, I never seen the ancestors. I don't think this does anything. This is a very stupid custom. How can heat nourish the people in the heavens? Oh, have you seen heaven? No. But then his soul will be more happy if I feed 100 beggars. The soul will be more happy if I feed 100 beggars. And what are beggars? What is beggar's job? It's greed. More money. He will never give blessings. Why should I feed Brahmins and do Pinda Kriya? And this is all superstition. All priests are corrupt. एक लाइन में, I don't believe all this. All these are outdated traditions, you know. And when are you talking? With a scotch in your hand, and then you are talking all this. Or I will take 10 sacks of rice and give it to various charities, to the temples. That is not going to satisfy the ancestors. So ancestors, according to, if you are a Hindu, you are a Sanatana Dharmi, you are born, genetically you are part of this tradition, somewhere it is deep inside of you, then our tradition says that through the heat, and it is scientific also, that through the heat, it is the ancestors are nourished. If they are not nourished, that what will happen? They will come around you as ghosts. If there is no one to do your Pinda Kriya, what is going to happen to you? Some people ka ped, people tree, Trishanku. So when we follow the tradition, then our children will follow the tradition. See? And when traditions are not followed and the respect and reverence is given, if I am giving respect and reverence to the ancestors who have departed, then I will feel that I have to take care of these elder parents who are still in the house around me. When you are giving respect and reverence to your parents, then your children are seeing my parents are taking care of their parents. It goes without saying that I have to take care of my parents. I will also take care of my... You don't have to ever demand it. You don't have to demand it. For their forefathers fall from heaven, being deprived of their rice balls and matter. Matter means food, nourishment. Continuing in the मग कुळा देखा अशेखा आणि कुळ घातका येर येरा नरक जाणे आथी देखे वंश वृद्धि समस्त या परी होय पतित मग मग वो वांडिती स्वर्गस्थ पूर्व पुरुष जेथ नित्यादी क्रिया ठाके आणि नैमित्तिक पारुखे तेथ कवणात तिळोदके कवण अर्पी तरी पितर काय करीती कैसेनी स्वर्गी व्यसती म्हणोनी तेही येती कुळापासी जैसा नखाग्री व्याळू लागे तो शिखात व्यापी वेगे तेवी आ ब्रह्मकुळ अवघे आपल विजय. ज्ञानेश्वर महाराज says, then both the family and its wreckers go to hell. While the family grows, it becomes degraded. Degraded in what? In values, morals, ethics, traditions, culture. Everything is getting watered down in the name of freedom, in the name of secularism, in the name of modernization. See? And this you can see around. Degraded, and its forefathers fall from heaven because eventually it concludes in not doing the shraddha of the departed ones. If no one performs the obligatory and periodical rites, who will offer water and sesame seeds to the deceased? Who will offer the lamp to the Lord every morning and evening? Someone told me, Swami, why the lamp is the Atma. Why do I need to light a lamp outside? My answer to him, is the whole creation in your mind? Yes. Then why you are talking to me and asking this question? You put the question, you will get the answer from inside. So till you feel you are the body and you are talking to me, questioning me and looking for an answer, till you feel you are the body, you have to light the lamp. If you didn't want to light the lamp, you would not have talked to me. Then you will be comfortable because you have come to that stage where the inner lamp is continuously burning and you don't need to validate it with anyone. If no one performs the obligatory duties and periodical rites, who will offer water and sesame seeds to the deceased? How can the ancestors then remain in heaven? They too come back to the family, just as the poison of a snake bite at the nail instantly goes to the head. So the sin of kin slaughter envelops the whole family right from its founder. So, if a sannyasi's 7 generations, 3 before and 3 after, all come to know the reality, a sinner's family, also same thing happens. They all go to dogs. Meaning, all of them go to hell. Because nobody is offering in the right manner what is to be offered. And all this is happening because of what? Kulakshaya. Because of the mingling of castes. Varna Sankara. Varna Sankara is the intermingling of castes. And in this way, we'll conclude here today. Last 4 verses, and we'll look at it in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.